Hello guys, my name is Yemich and welcome to this new video tutorial of Evolve. In this video I will show you how to perform your aim and how to train it actually in the game. Some people think that the people that have a good aim use a controller or actually use a program that makes them aim better. But actually there is a really easy way, I'd say, to have a good aim in the game, and I will show you how. Well, I think that you actually know it. Some people think that I'm using maybe a controller or something else that makes my aim better. But the fact is, I'm just playing FPS since a long time ago, and I'm just good at it. So in this video, I will show you how to perform your aim and how to train it. So for the start, I will take a character that require a good aim. For example, Ponel. Okay guys, like you can see we are into the game. Before starting with the aim, well, I will take some simple advices that you think, well, everyone know that, but it's still very important. The aim in the game is really important for the assault and the trapper. Before even thinking about aiming good, you need to be comfortable. What I'm talking about is that, well, for you it might be stupid, but on your chair you will need to be comfortable and you need to grab your mouse tightly and you will need to think about following the monster movement. It might be stupid for you, but actually it's really important to be concentrate about your wall. For the start, I will maybe explain before what I will show you. And there is actually two ways to aim in games. The first way is actually the one that you won't use that much in Evolve, and it's called flicking. What's a flick? Actually, like example with this mammoth bird, you can see that he is not. If I make my cursor here, you can see that I can hit him. A flick is the fact when you move your cursor in the same time that you shoot for hitting an animal. For example, it looks like this. This is called a flick. The flick shots in FPS games are really used like in CSGO, in Overwatch or Call of Duty, for example. This thing, like you can see on the map of birds. So don't bother that much in Evolve, but it can maybe still useful. Example, if the monster is jumping above you and you just can't follow the monster movement with the jump, so you have no choice that flicking behind you, for example. The second thing that you will use the most actually in Evolve, it's called the tracking. What's the tracking? Actually, it's the ability to follow the monster movement in the same time that you shoot. It's the opposite of the flick, because with the flick you move your cursor and after you shoot, like you can see there. The tracking, it's more like this. If the monster jumps, you will follow the monster movements. Okay, so here the monster will try to jump, and to show you that it's really possible, you really need to track. Most of the player won't even try to shoot the monster when he's jumping, because they aren't confident with themselves, and they will think that they won't shoot the monster anyway, so they want to keep their aimos. But I will show you that it's possible. Okay, now he will try to jump, and actually, like you can see, this is called a tracking. You can see the damages that I did aren't that bad at all, same if the monster jumped. You can see he went above me and I just try to aim, but if he don't even go above me, I will just try to follow his movement. Like you can see, it wasn't perfect, but you see that I did some good damages just by following the monster movement. Well, the second thing that I will try is about where you need to put your cursor. Well, I can see the poster of a Goliath, for example. It's pretty simple. It's just like a human, and where you need to put your cursor. And if you don't see the head, you just need to place your cursor in the center of the Goliath. So like you can see, same if he moves, like just walking. Actually, I tried to put my cursor in the center of the monster and it will do decent damages. If I just do flicks, so not tracking, it won't work. Like you can see, I tried to move my mouse by following the movements of the monster. Well, there is another fact in this game. It's called actually the headshot. If the monster turn his back to you, it's not even useful to try to headshot. Just do the technique that I showed you, and just try to center your cursor on the monster. If the monster is in front of you, actually, instead of placing your cursor in the monster, you can try to headshot him, like you can see. Same if he moves. I try to make some headshots, and in the same time not placing my cursor that high because I have a shotgun with Parnell, and same if I do some headshots, all the shoots won't touch the monster. So how can I describe it? It will be better to place it here and not exactly on his head. It will do decent damages. Well, actually it's really difficult, but for example, if you want to follow a jump and in the same time attacking the monster in a good way, you need to do these two tricks in the same time, placing your cursor in the middle of the monster and following the jump. Well, again, like you can see, it's really, well, to be honest, it's difficult if you haven't used in FPS game. How about the tracking? But like you can see, he jumped and I saw his head, and I really tried to headshot. So when it's possible as a thought, don't forget to headshot. Actually, it's because we are in training, but when you are assault or trapper, when you are against Goliath, for example, trying to block abilities like the rock and at the same time having a good aim is really difficult. And this can be well, for aiming and attacking the monster and blocking ability at the same time, you just need experience. You will need to play the game. Okay, so there is no recipe in the game like I explained to you. It's just by experience that you will aim the monster in a good way. So just think about all the things that I showed you actually. Just following the monster movement with your shotgun. And you will need to force yourself to do it. Why? In the beginning it will be really bad, to be honest. If you try and you never did it, you will say, well, I don't even shoot him in a proper way. This is really stupid. You just need to train, and when you are used to it, you will be able to follow the movements of the monster. Actually, for example, I'm Parnell. Don't forget that I'm a shotgun. If I'm on a long range, it won't be even useful. Some people say that my aim is too perfect. Actually, same with Parnell. I will miss shoots, and the fact that I do enough damages is that you really need to stay near the monster. Like you can see, it does a lot of damages. Some people say that the shotgun of Parnell don't do enough damages, but like you can see, if you aim good, this is one of the best assaults in the game. Okay, so it was for the, how can I say it, the direct shoots, for example, a shotgun or the assault rifle of Markov. But there is other weapons in the game that need to traverse a certain way before attacking the monster. For example, the launcher of Parnell. Like you can see, this is not an instant damage. There is a rocket that need to shoot. Well, actually, this is a tracking too. This is trick shot. But the thing is, you need to anticipate more. For example, well, I am really short of the monster, so it's okay with the launcher, but if I'm really far of him, actually if he moves, I really need to anticipate where he will go, like you can see. Say, in a long distance it's really difficult if you don't really anticipate the movement of the monster. So at close range, don't bother about that. Just do this. It's not really difficult. Just tracking the monster is okay, but at a long distance, don't forget to anticipate the movement of the monster, like I did there. I didn't place my cursor on the monster, but where he will go. Like you can see, I didn't put my cursor on him, but a little behind him. Okay, no, there is other ways. Well, I will take Goliath for example, but same if the monster do abilities too, not only jumps, you really need to follow the monster movement. For example, if the monster do a splash or do a charge, actually try to shoot him anyway. Well, actually following a splash of a Goliath is really difficult in the game because he moves really fast. So if you aren't used with aiming, don't bother that much. Maybe do it bit by bit. But actually I will show you that it's not impossible. Like you saw there, it's really difficult. I don't do that much damages, but it's better than nothing than just waiting that he stops in the animation of the splash. I can follow the charge too. Actually, it's not that difficult compared to the splash. Like you can see, it's exactly like I showed you before. It's just tracking. Well, actually, there is an easy way if you are so to do a lot of damages to the monster if he charged you. Actually, some assault will fear because of the charge, and then will try to jetpack on the right or the left side. But actually, if a monster charges you, you really use the fact that he charged you to make a lot of damages, because you can headshot him very easily, like you can see, because he shows his head. Well, in the game, if I active my berserk mode and the monster charge me, actually look at the damages that I do just with one how can I say it, well, with all my hammers of my shotgun, it really does a lot, and I don't even use my rocket launcher. So if you do all of this in your games, always think about your aim. You really need to grab your mouse tightly, follow the monster movement, tracking him, and you will do a lot of damages actually in the game. Well guys, I changed my character. I'm Abe, so just for changing, but actually it is exactly the same. A lot of assault and trapper in the beginning, and same not in the beginning for some trapper. If they are focused, the fact is they will, for example, use the scan and try to run away of the monster, and they won't even attack him. Actually, the fact is you need to aim in the same time that you are focused. So yeah, I know it's not really easy in the beginning, but you need to force yourself to try to do it. Turning your back of the monster is never a good thing in reality. If you are assault or trapper, you really need to take an air of the monster every time that you can. Here the monster will try to focus me, and actually I'm trying to avoid him with my jetpack, but I continue to aim, like you can see there. The fact is, same if I got focused, check the damages that I did to the monster is near of the half of his armor. It's better to do this than just turning your back and try to run away of the monster by using all your jetpack. Actually, you need to dodge, shooting, and always keep an eye of the monster. You need to do all this thing in the same time. I will take the example of the trapper. Actually, his ability is really useful if the monster focuses you, because you actually try to kite him. What's kiting? This is the fact that you move in the same time that you are shooting, but not by your jetpack. By just walking, you do left right left right left right, so the monster will have more difficulties to hit you. With the scan of a trapper, you can basically do this and try to have out the abilities of the monster. So actually, I will sum up. Always remember, keep your cursor in the center of the monster. If you can do headshots, do these headshots. Follow the monster movements. If he jumps, if he do a splash, if he do a charge, it's called tracking actually. If you are focused as a SOT or as trapper, never turn your back of the monster and try to do damages in the same time that you use your jetpack for dodging and all. Don't do the flick shot, it's not that useful in the game. Try to kite the monster as trapper with the scan by doing white left, like you can see there. And I think that's all. When you play the game, always think about all of this. Okay guys, this is the end of this video. I will hope that you appreciate it. I really hope that you will think about this thing when you will play. Always remember to keep attention about your aim, to be concentrated, to be comfortable on your chair, for making the most damages that you can. Always remember guys, evolve is life.